everyone, welcome back to another Let's Explore, and this episode is not going to be generally about an operating system, a bit of software mimicking an operating system, or even a PowerPoint presentation mimicking an operating system. This is actually all about an application, a software application or program which has actually been in Windows. We all know about it. It's very infamous. That has been in Windows since Windows 95. It was also an add-on for Windows 3.1. We'll get to that maybe in a little while. But here we are. This is Windows 8. Excuse the fact that the system will be quite slow because it's actually running it in a virtual machine. But what we're going to be looking at is Internet Explorer, right? So here is an icon on the desktop, and here is an icon or tile in the start screen. Now, just for pleasure's sake, I'm just going to hatch open Internet Explorer from the desktop. So this is what the infamous web browser looks like. Now, this is actually not this is actually IE 10 or 11. I think it's 11. Not IE 8, which is probably how it's suggesting. This is actually being modified a little bit. IE 11 out of the box is actually a lot more simplistic, but I digress. So this is what IE looks like. I'll go into go into Google or Bing. Just to humour Internet Explorer, I'm just going to go into Bing, and here is Bing, and go into google.com. Now, it runs quite well, fair enough, okay? Nothing else to talk about here. That is Internet Explorer. Now, I've got, for your delectation, I've got the wallpaper rotating, so if you feel free to enjoy that as a little bit of an extra. But, yes. So, let's have a quick view of Internet Explorer from the start menu, from the start screen even. Vastly different already, isn't it? I'll go into Bing on this. Let's Bing it now. Now, feature-wise, IE from the start menu, from the start screen, I'm going to call it, Windows 8 Internet Explorer is vastly similar to the Internet Explorer seen on Windows Phone back in the day. Very similar. We've got stuff going on at the bottom here. You've got arrows going left and right. Now, funny thing is, I don't think it does work. If you owned a Windows Phone back in the day, you might notice that to navigate, you could actually go as far as to go left and right. Just swipe it. On here, you can tap a button if you're using a mouse or keyboard, and that'll take you to the previous page. And you've also got these arrow buttons down here. Got refresh. You've got all that dandy little stuff, and you've also got tabs going on here as well. So you've got frequent stuff going on, and that's all well and dandy. You've also got a new tab thing going on here as well. Very, very much like a unified Windows 8 kind of thing. We had this going on up the top here, and then going back here you've got Start. If you go into the Photos app, you had Photos in the corner here. Very unified. This is the kind of design principle that Microsoft had when getting Windows 8 out the door. It was supposed to be a tie-in for tablets as well as desktop users, and of course you're probably one of those people who probably did not like it. It was actually very infamous for this whole start screen thing. People didn't like it. I personally I personally did, sorry. Now, there were some interesting little feats behind Internet Explorer, and I'm going to show you them in just a little second. Now, I'll tell you one thing. When Internet Explorer on Windows 8 is a very bizarre thing. So as we see here, there's basically two versions running on the same operating system. Similar to how you've got Microsoft Edge and Internet Explorer running on Windows 10 right now. Try it now if you don't believe me. Just search Internet Explorer from the start menu if you have Windows 10. Because it does still run. But you'll probably notice there's two versions. Of course you've got the desktop version and you've got the start screen version, but you'll probably noticed, if I go into all apps here, there is only one. I've actually got a third party version of Windows 8 going on here, which is why it's very limited down in this department. But you've got the Internet Explorer, and it's organised like the, start screen apps or Metro apps or store apps kind of thing. But there's no secondary Internet Explorer icon to be seen. Why is this? Well, now, this Internet Explorer is basically the same as this Internet Explorer, although this is going to be quite confusing. The start screen version is actually designed slightly, I would say better. It's built not with the same code as this one here. Of course, the reason why people consider this version still to be a bit crap, if I can use that word, is because it's got some very outdated underlying code and basically there's software going underneath which kind of makes it outdated in Internet Explorer, which is why Microsoft Edge came into play. And then you've got this version which is designed similarly with the Trident engine, which is the Trident engine is basically what makes the web browser run. This whole white space here is the Trident engine, which is actually what makes the engine of a web browser is actually what causes the website to load up. So if I go into youtube.com, I'll close this tab for Pete's sake, and there we go. Now it's very slow, not because of the Windows 8 itself, it's basically just because of both my Wi-Fi playing up and this also running on a virtual machine. But here we go, that is YouTube, and it works pretty well. You've also got this little title bar going on at the top corner there, and that is YouTube. Now if I go back here, now if I right click this and set pin to taskbar, close this, it's pinned, right? You're probably thinking what's going to happen now is if I click this it's going to send me to the Internet Explorer through the start screen. I was trying to, but no it doesn't. No it doesn't. And I'll just show you again. I'm just going to close this and unpin. Right, so that's unpinned. I'm going to pin to taskbar again. So look what happens. It's only opening the desktop version. And that is rather odd. Why does it not have two separate icons, which is kind of weird? Well, it's a kind of weird design, but basically as Internet Explorer is set on here, it's basically running a separate version. But the two versions interline with each other, so I'll show you in a little minute what this looks like. Right, so what I've done in the background is I've just installed Google Chrome, which is from the standalone installer. But here is Google Chrome, if it loads up. Here's Google Chrome, and this is actually just for something I want to show you, which is quite interesting. Now, I'll reopen Chrome, and it's not coming up with it now, but it's not coming up with a notification right now, but most of the time when you are browsing on Google Chrome, it'll ask, if you want to set this as your default web browser kind of thing. So I'm not doing it now for whatever reason, and I'm just going to try and see if I can do it through here. Default browser. Now, keep in mind, Internet Explorer from the start screen opens up like this. Now, look what happens when I set Google Chrome as the default web browser. How do you want to open this type of link? Now, Google Chrome is your default browser. Now, look what happens when I go to open. When I try to open the start screen version of Internet Explorer, it just opens in the desktop, which is still don't miss out on the browser built for Windows. Fair enough. But as you can probably see, it is a little bit of a weird design concept. When you set a web browser other than Internet Explorer as a default web browser, it will change this to just being a link to the desktop version, which is a very weird, as I say, design principle, you would think that you can actually have the choice to still use both. Now I can't remember, but I think I can remember when I used to install an alternative start menu, like down here. This is when I had the base Windows 8. I noticed that you can actually use both. You can actually select from both. You have the choice from applications, you get the choice of store apps or something like that in the menu, and you get a choice in Explorer, and you also have an Explorer as the main choice in the main menu kind of thing. This is a lot of a silly design, I've got to say. I don't understand why they didn't have two of the same icon, but keep in mind the idea was probably a case of just trying to use Windows as both a desktop and a tablet system, which is still a bit of a failure in that case because people didn't like it. I genuinely did actually like Windows 8 when it came out. I didn't actually like it because of the change, and then I started using it. I was like, oh, I actually like this kind of thing. Yeah, mind you, I am kind of weird in that case, but I was also still aware that people weren't always like me, so I like Windows because of this. You can rename these little groups and everything else, and if I zoom this out, you can actually rearrange groups. What I still think to this day Microsoft should have done was just separate Windows 8 into its own separate compartments or areas kind of thing. Make this little start screen its own operating system. They already did it with Windows Phone. I don't understand why they couldn't have had a separate tablet version of Windows 8. They already had a Windows Phone. What was wrong with Windows Tablet? And then you had Windows 8 itself, which is still with a little Windows 7 style start menu. Maybe what they should have done back then was actually do what they've done now with Windows 10, is actually have the Windows 10 style start menu and all that kind of fuss. But that's just my personal opinion. As I say, I still think this is kind of silly, but I thought it was still a fascinating little thing to show. Basically, Internet Explorer squeaky voice, you've got a choice of both the tablet version and also the main version, but it's all interlinked with one icon or tile. And just one last look, and just for the random pleasure of it, I'm just going to set Internet Explorer to how it would look when you first use it out of the box, when you create a new user account or you just install Windows 8 or Windows 10 or whatever have you. And notice the lag going on here, that is actually the virtual machine, because I've not actually got that much stuff going on. It's not got that much RAM going on, but this is literally Internet Explorer, very simple, very clean, and this is Google Chrome. Now the funny thing is I can actually use them both interlinked, which is kind of funny. I actually find Internet Explorer is actually more lightweight than Microsoft Edge on a certain tablet that I own of a Windows kind of thing. But here we go. That was just a little thing I wanted to show for Internet Explorer on Windows 8. An interesting little thing I wanted to show. It's quite fascinating. Literally two versions of the same app interlinked to as one application. So that being said, what did you think of this? Was it nothing of value for you? Did you enjoy this little thing? Did you enjoy the little rotation of desktop wallpapers? Let me know what you have to say about this. Do you have any stuff to talk about this kind of thing? Do you have anything to say on this? Do you work for Microsoft? That'd be quite fascinating as well. Let me know why this was design debate was, but until then, I will see you next time. Bye.